Before the Dark Knight can win the Joker War, he must first defeat the foe that lives inside his own mind. All this and more on the pages of Batman number 98. Let's hop on in together and find out what happens next, shall we? So, as the comic opens up, we actually get to check back on in at the Cooler, the place where all the Batman villains are laying low until the Jokers are done with the city, as well as taking bets on all of the destruction for fun and profit. Catwoman is particularly despondent in this issue for the role she unwillingly played in the Joker getting the money he needed to wage this war in the first place, but more on that in a minute. Now, it was in the last issue Harley Quinn had given Batman a detox cocktail that was supposed to cure him of the poisoning that had been done to his body and mind by Punchline. Unfortunately, for all of it to work, this bad trip is gonna get a lot worse before it gets better. On the upside, though, this situation does allow Batman to take an inward journey wherein he reminisces about his early days, his first Batarang, and actually even gets a chance to say a real final goodbye to Alfred, who once again takes the role of his Jiminy Cricket conscience. Batman better have a breakthrough and quick too, because outside, Punchline has come to finish what she started and burn down Harley's garden in the shade. What follows is actually a pretty damn slick little rematch between Punchline and Harley, the latter of which says that she only lost the last time because she was going easy on her opponent. Even through all of this, Harley still wants to help Punchline if she can, seeing way too much of herself in the Joker's newest gun mall, but Punchline thinks differently, going on a rant about just how different she is than Harley, how much more special she is. She didn't fall for the Joker's non-existent heart, she didn't try and change him, she fell for his mind and for what he had planned for this sick and broken world because, and I don't know if you've heard this one before, but...
You know, we're living in a society...
Back in Batman's Mind Palace, Alfred really starts laying down the law with Master Bruce, telling him everything that he desperately needs to hear, that he's lived so much of his life in a state of guilt over not being able to save his parents and now not being able to save his surrogate father. That very same guilt that causes him to push away his family members for perceived slights out of their control. The Joker played on this guilt by attacking Batman from all sides. He could only see the people who died, not the mountain of people who lived because of Batman, and now it's finally time for him to get over himself and come back to reality, or, to put it another way...
You can't keep doing this! You can't keep doing shitty things and then feel bad about yourself like that makes it okay! You need to be better!
And with that, Batman is healed of the poison and his mind has never been clearer. He helps Harley defeat Punchline before eventually taking Dream Alfred's advice and asking for the help he always needed. He puts out a distress call, finally, for the Bat family to reunite. Which members of the Bat family? All of them, of course. And that might not actually be the only reunion we get either, as Catwoman decides it's finally time for her to get off the bench and back into the game too, and she's not coming alone either. She offers the other villains at the Cooler big money to join her. And so that was Batman issue number 98, everyone, and I must say James Tynion delivered a hell of a lot of emotional content in this issue. I know I've said it a million times before, but it bears repeating. Batman really does seem to go through more or less the same character arc every couple years. He has a family, things are going good, then he pushes them away and loses them, only for things to get bad and him need to bring them all back together to fight whatever big evil force is bedeviling him at the moment. And yeah, this newest story doesn't really do much to reinvent that wheel, but it's all a very good version of that kind of story we've seen before. The newest stuff actually comes in the form of the Harley and Punchline battle, which looked great and offered a fascinating dichotomy between the two characters. Punchline is purposely insufferable, purposely unfunny, and as we discover in this issue, another in a long line of wayward youth who gravitated to deadly ideologies to fill the void in themselves. So basically, she's the perfect Joker sidekick for the times in which we live. Overall, I enjoyed this one a whole lot. I'll give it a 9 out of 10, and I really hope this James Tynion series can keep this momentum moving forward and really hit that landing. If so, I think we'll have a pretty goddamn good Joker story. Hey there everyone, Kate Joel again, and I just want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. It means a lot to me. And hey, if you enjoyed the book I covered in this issue and want some comics of your own, might I recommend Book Depository? It's my #1 place for shopping for comic book trades. You get a great price, and if you use my link down in the description, you'll actually be helping me out at the same time. You get something, I get something, everybody wins, right? So until next time everyone, I've been Joel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.